Welcome back to the factory, folks. Last episode, we made huge strides in completing Tier 2 and building the massive space elevator to prepare for Tier 3. Today, we're diving straight into Tier 3. And we've got a lot to cover. We'll start by setting up coal power to replace our biomass burners. Then we'll get our steel production up and running, unlock some enhanced tools, and and check out the new vehicles and check out the new vehicular transport system. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe now so you never miss out on a new video, and follow me over on Twitch so you can catch me live every week as we progress on our factory together. Whether you're here for top tier streaming tutorials, practical game tips, or epic playthroughs, I've got you covered. All right, let's jump in and power up tier 3. I've got you covered. All right, let's jump. I've got you covered. All right, let's jump in and power up tier 3. Tier 3. Tier 3. Power up tier 3. Tier 3. Starting out, as you will notice, our factory is starting to look a little more pretty and uniform. I took some starting out, as you will You will notice our factory is starting to look a little... Starting out, as you will notice, our factory is starting to look a little more pretty and uniform. I took some time unlocking some things in the Awesome Shop. Pretty and uniform. I took some time unlocking some things in the Awesome Shop, so I'm going to now show you what those are. So those are. So going to now show you what those are. So in starting out, as you will notice, our factory is starting to look a little more pretty and uniform. I took some time unlocking some things in the Awesome Shop, so I'm going to now show you what those are. So in So I'm going to now show you what those are. So in Customizer, I purchased the concrete foundation material, which is how we got the new look to the factory. Material, which is how we got the new look to the factory overall. In which is how we got the new look in foundation. Is how we got the new look to the factory overall. Is how we got the new look to the factory overall. In foundations, I purchased the foundation stair set and the quarter pipe extension pack to add to the overall look of the facility. In the wall, the overall look of the facility. In the walls, of the facility. In the walls, the overall look of the facility. In the walls section, look of the facility. Look of the facility. In the walls, in the walls section, I purchased the conveyor walls, which will allow us to really tighten up the look. To really tighten up the look of the factory once we start walling everything in. Then lastly, in architecture, we purchased everything in. Then lastly, in architecture, we purchased the modern catwalks, the concrete pillar set, purchased the modern catwalks, the concrete pillar set, modern pillar set, modern railing, and modern railing, and the industrial railing. And the industrial railing. This really brings together our overall aesthetics to the factory. Now before we get started, I wanted to start unlocking some stuff in the MAM. So we're gonna go to the I wanted to start unlocking some stuff in the MAM. So we're gonna go to the alien megafauna to start unlocking some stuff. So just go here and go to the alien megafauna section. So what we're going to do is we're going to megafauna to start unlocking some stuff. So just go here and go to the alien megafauna section. So just go here and go to the alien megafauna section. So what we're going to do is we're going to megafauna to start unlocking some stuff. So just So what we're going to do is we're going to do the hatcher research. So we'll start on that. Then we're going to do the spitter research and see what these will unlock is the bioorganic properties, which will allow us to unlock DNA capsules or biomass, whichever one we want to these to go into, and that or biomass, whichever DNA capsules or biomass, which unlock DNA capsules or biomass, and that'll allow us to make these alien proteins, which or biomass, and that'll allow us to make these alien proteins, which can be used as food and stuff like that as well, and can also be produced in constructors if that's something that you wanted to do. Another cool thing that allows is it allows us to go into the sink, and as you see there, there is a DNA points for coupons as well. So if we wanted to start killing things in the environment, we can we can actually utilize those to build into those DNA. Utilize those to build into the utilize those to build into the utilize those to build into the utilize those to those DNA capsules. Actually utilize those those DNA. We can actually utilize those DNA capsules and DNA capsules and then throw them into our awesome sync, which will provide us tickets more quickly. Next, gets more quickly. Next, thanks to the 1. Quickly. Next, thanks to the 1.0 update, we now have some alien technology we can start unlocking. So I'm gonna start unlocking. So I'm gonna go here to the Mercer Sphere analysis. We're gonna click on that, and we're gonna start research for that. And start research for that. Click on that, and we're gonna start. We're gonna click on that, and we're gonna. We're gonna click on that, and we're gonna start research for that. And research for that. And as you can see, that unlocked the dimensional depot. I have no idea what that does just yet, but it sounds really cool. What that does just yet, but it sounds really cool. So looking forward to seeing what that does. Then next, forward to seeing what that does. Then next, what that does. Then next, seeing what that does. Then next, we're going to do the summer sloop analysis. Start sloop analysis. Start the research on that. And it the summer sloop analysis. Start the research on that. And it research on that. And it looks like on that. And it looks like that search on that. And it looks like that unlocked a power augmenter. Alien power augmenter, and unlocked a power augmenter and a production amplifier. Once again, I have no idea what these do, but it looks. Once again, I have no idea what these do, but it looks really cool, and I'm excited to see how we can. And I'm excited to see how we can utilize those. Oh, utilize those. Oh, we can utilize those. Oh, but it utilize those. Oh, but it looks like here first things first. How we can utilize those. Oh, but it looks like here first things. Those. Oh, but it looks like here first things first we have to unlock alien unlock things first. We have to unlock alien energy harnessing, so we'll have to do that first. It looks so we have to unlock alien energy harnessing, so we'll have to do that first, it looks like, before we can really start to branch out into these other things. Next we're Next, we're going to throw some mycelia in the mycelia section here, and we're going to start section here, and we're going to start research on that. And as you can see here, and we're going to start research on that. And as you can see, that's unlocked a couple trees here. So we have fabric that we've unlocked. We can unlocked. We can do fabric that we've unlocked. We can do toxic cellular modification, which I do not which I do not know what that does just yet, but looking forward to it. And then cellular modification, and then also we have medical properties, which we can unlock here, it looks like, if we wanted to add that to a to-do list once we unlock the branch for this. Moving on, we also wanted to add that to a to-do list once we unlock the branch for this. Moving on, we also have the nutrients section, so we're going to go in here and we're going to start research for the barrel nut, and then we're going to do the bacon agaric. And I'm assuming once we unlock some more stuff and throw it into here for research, we'll be able to get a nutritional processor, which I don't know what that is just yet, but once we get there, we'll get there. Then we'll be able to get a nutritional processor, which I don't we'll be able to get a nutritional processor. Then nutritional processor. Then processor. Then one processor. Then one of our more a nutritional processor. Then nutritional processor, which I don't know what that is just yet, but once we get there, we'll get there. Then one we'll get there. Then one of our more important upgrades is our power slugs. So we're power slugs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start research for that. And as you can see, there's other slugs here too that you can utilize to get more. You can utilize to get more here too that you can there's other slugs here too. Slugs here too. There's other slugs here to get more rewards. Slugs here to get more. Here to get more rewards. Other slugs here to get more rewards. Utilize utilize to get more rewards to build into things. So what these do is that these provide power shards, which allow us to essentially turbocharge any of our machines in our factory, which is going to be really a huge upgrade for us moving forward. The only The only downside to this is the fact that these actually require a lot more power, which is why it's important for us to upgrade to coal moving forward. Last Lastly, let's start unlocking in the quartz and sulfur trees, as these two items will be pivotal and are coming. Steps to getting some major upgrades moving forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and start research for this one. So this allows us to eventually get quartz crystal and new shop products, which I'm really excited to see. And then new shop products, and then as well as silica crystal and new shop products, and then as well as silica there too. Then lastly, we're going to research our sulfur. Now sulfur is extremely important because it allows us to make explosives eventually. Which right now we have a lot of things that we need to get to start unlocking the trees in this, but I'm really excited to see kind of what we're able to accomplish with sulfur. Once we start unlocking more in this tree. Our first Our first major milestone in tier 3 is more in this tree. Our first major milestone in tier 3 is coal power. This upgrade will free us from milestone in tier 3 is coal power. This upgrade will free us from constantly feeding biomass burners and provide consistent energy for our growing factory. So we're growing factory. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to grab these items. So we're going to select this milestone and we're going to go and find these items real quick to put in here. All right, so here these items are real quick to put in here. All right, so here we go. We got all the items. So we're going to select this milestone and we're going to go and find these items real quick to put in here. All right, so here we go. We got all the items that we need to unlock the coal power. So we're going to put them. Unlock the coal power. So we're going to put them in there and we're going to launch this bad boy. And off it goes. All right. And we're gonna launch this bad boy. All right, so as you bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy. All right, so as you can see, we had to walk a pretty long way. It was about like 1,000 meters away. Meters away, we meters away, we found 2 coal nodes meters away, we found 1,000 meters away. We found 2 coal nodes way. It was about like 1,000 meters away. We found 2 coal nodes here and we just lucked out. They're actually right next to one. Pretty long way. It was about like 1,000 meters away. We found 2 coal nodes here and we just lucked out. Meters away. We found 2 way, we found 2 coal nodes here and we just we found 2 coal nodes here and we just lucked out. They're actually right next to water. So they're actually right next to water. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to set up our water extractors first. And these water extractors first. And these help power the coal power generators, which first. And these help power the coal power generators, which is going to be really, really important. So now all we have to do is actually set up. So now, really, really important. So now all we going to be really, really important. So now all we have to do is actually set up and connect power to these. Set up and connect power to these. So I'm going to go ahead and set up power poles here. So now we power pole. Now all we have to do is actually set up and connect power to these. So and connect power. So I'm going to go ahead and set up power poles here. So now we got water extractors set up that will essentially be used for coal power generators. So really for coal power generators. So really, really exciting stuff. So next, really exciting stuff. So next, we're going to hit Q and we're going to set up our coal power generators. Coal power generators. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this generators. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this looks nice and even. And we're ready to have our very first coal power generator set up. I'm super excited. And there it is. Super excited. And there it is. All right, the next. I'm super excited. And there it is. All right, the next big thing is we're actually going to set up pipelines for our coal generators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line this up as best as I can. Set that up there. I'm going to go ahead and line this up as best as I can, and then we are going to run this pipeline out to this, and then into here, and see what up as best as I can, and then we are going to run this pipeline out to this, and see what that's going to do is it's going to and then into here, and see out to this, and then into here, and see what that's going to do is it's going to start filling this up with water, which as you can see it's already done that. So we're water, which as you can see it's already done that. So we're ready for the next step, which is getting coal into here. Step, which is getting coal into here as well. All right. As well. All right, so now what we did is we have this coal miner, and now I have it on these conveyor belts, and they're running into here and up and around and down, and they're into here and up, and they're going into the actual actual coal generators. And so the generators, and so those are now consuming fuel and producing some of them are a little bottlenecked right now because of the coal that we're outputting right now. I'll have to supplement that, fix that later. But the cool thing is that we're getting close to about 800 megawatts of power at certain points, which is a ton compared to points, which is a ton at certain points, which is a ton compared to where we were at, which was about, I think, about 180 with our biomass burners. So this is going to be a huge boon to all of our power. With our coal power With our coal power online, we're finally free from biomass refueling. The factory can now run continuously, powering even bigger projects. Next, biomass refueling. The factory can now run continuously, powering even bigger projects. Next, we're moving into steel production, which is vital for crafting stronger parts and progressing further in the game. All right. All right, so we now have everything we need, so we are good to go. The only thing that I would like to mention is we have a new item here that we haven't put into the assembler, and you know, put into the assembler, you know, made an area for that. So we haven't put into the assembler. I just handcrafted these. These are modular frames here that we haven't put into the assembler. I just handcrafted these. These are modular frames, so those are put in, and the rest of it we already had. So here we are. We have our basic steel. Here we are. We have our basic steel production now. All right. And the rest of it we already had, so here we are. Here we are. All right, so what we've done is we have brought our coal all the way from way back, and way back, and we've brought it all the way out here next to a new miner that I have iron ore. Here next to a miner. A new miner. a new miner that I have of iron ore coming out of that I've set up. This is another node that I had found. I actually have 3 nodes here that I have extra that we're going to be utilizing for some things. But anyway, that I have iron ore coming out of that I've set up. This is another coming out of that I've set up. But anyways, that being said, we have something new to set up here. Something new to set that I've set up. But anyways, that being said, we have something new to set up. Or coming out of that I've set up. But anyways, that being said, this is another node that I had found. I actually have 3 nodes here that I have extra that we're going to be utilizing for some things. But anyways, that being some things. But anyway, some things. But anyways, that being for some things. But anyways, that being said, we have something new to set up here. Something new to set up here, which is our foundry. So what we're going to do is we're going to set that foundry up right next to this. We're going to line it up right next to this. Right next to this. Gonna line it up to this. Gonna line it up and then get up and then get it set down. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna run that directly into, whoop, set it the wrong direction. Let's have that going directly into that. This going directly into that. This going directly in here. Directly in here. And now what we can do directly in here. And now what we can do is we can actually configure this into Steel Ink God, which since I already have some coal on hand, I'm going to throw that in there, and then I'm going to throw that iron ore in there. Connect that. Throw that iron ore in there. Connect that to power. In there, connect iron ore in there, connect that to power, and this is going to be making us Steel Ink God, which looks like that right there. And then now that can actually be utilized to make quite a few things. So that's what we're gonna show you next. All right. All right, so I decided to fix a little bit of the spaghettiing and set this up this way. So we have iron ore here. Iron ore here, there, and then back there. Here, there, and or here, there, and then back there that are all or here, there, and then back there that are all coming in here. And then I split this up where the coal is coming in directly, and now like I said earlier, we have where the coal is coming in directly. We have the constructors that are coal is coming in directly. We have the constructors that are making the steel beams and steel that are making the steel beams and steel pipes that can be made currently. Steel pipes that can be made currently. Made currently right now from those steel ingots. So right now from those steel ingots. So steel ingots. So steel ingots. Ingots. So super cool, and we're gonna get to see some really cool upgrades from that. Steel Steel production opens up new possibilities for factory expansion and advanced build. Possibilities for factory expansion and advanced building materials. Steel ingot can be used to produce steel beams, steel pipes, and of course versatile framework, which we'll talk about here shortly. It is just the beginning of what steel can offer. With our factory With our factory growing, it's time to upgrade our personal defense. Let's unlock the enhanced asset security milestone to craft the Xenobasher. Security milestone to craft the Xenobasher. So I'm gonna go the Xenobasher. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna do the last one there, and we are ready to launch. All right, so we're gonna head to our equipment workshop here, and we are going to finally get our Xenobasher. And there it is done. We're gonna put this in our hand, and boom. And boom, we have the Xenobasher. With this our hand, and boom, we have the Xenobasher. With the Xenobasher in hand, we're ready to take on tougher creatures while exploring for new resources. Now let's unlock vehicular transport, which gives us which gives us access to the tractor and truck station for hauling goods over long distances. Plus another boon is goods over long distances. Plus another boon is we get +3 inventory slots. So we're gonna +3 inventory slots. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to select milestone. I've already deposited everything in here, and we're going to launch it. All right, so now that we got those unlocked, we can hit Q and we can actually pull up the trucks. We can hit Q and we can actually pull up the truck station. The truck station as well as the tractor. Then what you can do with the tractor is you just can put a little bit of fuel in it by going to the crafting bench that's built into it, which is really, really cool. It's a really nice feature to have. Then you just put in fuel in there, which we're just going to use currently right now, some solid biofuel. And then what we can do is we can actually drive that tractor now and drive it around. And what the cool thing is as you can see, you see the load cargo thing. This would be how it would load cargo into that vehicle and or pickup thing. And you'll see down below there as well, there is open record menu, load path, show hide path, change camera, and toggle headlights. But the path change camera and toggle headlights. But the pathing, that's how you set up headlights. But the headlights. But the headlights. The pathing. Camera and toggle headlights. The pathing, that's how you set up your pathing for different loading and unloading zones. And you would for different loading and unloading zones. And you unloading zones, and you would just put in truck stations in each one of those drop-off points. Although these vehicles are incredibly useful for transporting goods, will hold off on using them. Incredibly useful for transporting goods. We'll hold off on using them for now. Our current factory setup is compact and will wait for better fuel options before fully utilizing these transport systems. Last thing we are going to set up is our space elevator assembly factory, which will be huge in making sure our space elevator is getting all the materials it needs to progress to the next stages. Well, everything is everything is a little bit of a rat's nest, but we do have things now feeding directly in there. So we have our versatile directly in there. So we have our versatile framework that's being made. We have our smart plating that's being made, and those are all running up into there. Right up into there. Right here we have an assembler that's making modular frame. Right here we have an up into there. Right here we have an assembler that's making modular frames, which is going into this, which is modular frame plus steel beam. So it's steel beam, so it's being fed into there. This is making the reinforced iron plate and the rotors. Those are the ones that are being made into the smart plating, as stated. Being made into the smart plating, but as you can see, it is a big, ugly mess, but it is gonna get the job done for us so that we can progress on, and then I'll clean this up once we get past these next. once we get past these next few steps, because we're right right now what we're looking for is progression. Then what we're looking for is progression. Then then cleanup afterwards. So one progression, then cleanup afterwards. So one thing else I want to point out, the last item that we need there for the elevator to complete phase 2 is actually within our unlocks for tier 4, which is automated wiring. So that'll be something that you will get to see in the next episode. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for tier 3. We've got coal power running, steel production setup, a powerful Xenobasher for defense, and new transport options ready to roll when we need them. Next episode, we'll dive into tier 4, where we'll explore advanced production methods and continue expanding our factory. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to follow me on Twitch to catch my live streams and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss an update. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Let's keep building together, and I'll see you on the next one. Later. Welcome.